Chosen one, listen to me carefully. I carry an urgent and sacred message today, and this message is not for everyone. If you are not walking the divine path of God, if your heart is closed to truth, wisdom, and obedience, I strongly advise you not to continue watching. This message is only for those who are truly chosen, truly called, and deeply aligned with God's purpose. And if you are still here, understand this clearly. This message reached you at the exact moment your spirit was ready to receive it. Not early, not late. Perfect timing. Chosen one, your blue power is not accidental. It is a divine sign placed upon you by God Himself. And whether you realize it or not, they see it, they feel it, and they know it. Your calm strength, your quiet authority, your spiritual depth, none of it goes unnoticed in the spiritual realm. What I am about to reveal today will bring clarity to things you've felt but couldn't explain. It will heal confusion, release tension, and remind you who you truly are in God's eyes. Stay with me until the very end, because what you'll hear may shift how you see yourself forever. Before we continue, chosen ones, give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon, and share this message with other chosen ones who need this confirmation. And comment 777 in the comments to declare that you are aligned, awakened, and ready for God's purpose.
What blue power truly means in the spiritual realm. Chosen one, let me slow this down and speak to you calmly now, because what I'm about to explain requires understanding, not excitement. Blue power is not something you picked up along the way. It is not something you learned from people, books, or experiences alone. Blue power is assigned. It is a mark of divine authority placed on a soul by God Himself. In the spiritual realm, blue represents truth, wisdom, order, protection, and heavenly authority. It is the color of the sky, the reminder that power does not come from chaos, noise, or force. It comes from alignment. Blue power is calm, but it is unshakable. It does not rush. It does not panic. It does not prove itself. It simply is. Many people misunderstand power. They think power is loud. They think power is dominance, argument, control, or emotional intensity. That is not blue power. Blue power is the authority of someone who knows who they are in God, even when no one else recognizes it. It is the strength of someone who does not need validation to remain steady. Chosen one, when God gives blue power, He gives it to souls He can trust. This power is not given to the impulsive. It is not given to the unstable. It is not given to those who chase attention or approval. It is given to those who can remain calm while others fall apart. It is given to those who can hold truth without weaponizing it. It is given to those who can lead without needing to be seen. Blue power works quietly, but it works deeply. You may have noticed that when you enter certain environments, things shift. Conversations change. People become uncomfortable or suddenly respectful. Some feel calm around you. Others feel exposed. This is not your imagination. This is spiritual authority responding to your presence. This power does not shout because it does not need to. It carries weight in silence. Even when you say very little, your words land deeply. Even when you remain still, your presence speaks. That is blue power. It is not emotional manipulation. It is not fear-based influence. It is divine alignment expressing itself naturally. Now listen carefully. Blue power does not mean you are perfect. It does not mean you are above others. It does not mean you are immune to pain, doubt, or struggle. What it means is that you are anchored. Even when life shakes you, you do not completely lose yourself. Even when you fall, you rise with wisdom, not bitterness. This power often develops through seasons of silence. God refines blue power in hidden places. While others are chasing recognition, you are being shaped in stillness. While others are speaking, you are learning to listen. While others are reacting, you are learning discernment. And sometimes, chosen one, this process feels lonely. But it is intentional. Blue power is connected to truth. That is why lies bother you deeply. That is why injustice unsettles your spirit. That is why you cannot pretend for long. You are wired for authenticity, even when it costs you comfort. God placed this within you so you could recognize what is real in a world full of illusion. This power is also connected to protection. Not just for yourself, but for others. You may have noticed people opening up to you without knowing why. They trust you without explanation. They feel safe around you. That is not accidental. Your spirit carries a protective frequency. God uses you as a resting place for weary souls. But let me be honest with you, because I respect you too much to sugarcoat this. Blue power also attracts attention from those who are not aligned with God. Darkness recognizes authority. Confusion recognizes clarity. Ego recognizes humility. And when they encounter something they cannot manipulate, control, or understand, discomfort arises. That is why some people feel threatened by your calm. That is why your silence makes others nervous. That is why your boundaries upset those who benefit from chaos. You are not doing anything wrong. You are simply being who God designed you to be. Chosen one, blue power is not aggressive. It does not seek to dominate. It seeks to restore order. When you speak truth, you are not trying to win. You are trying to align. When you correct, it comes from responsibility, not pride. When you walk away, it is not weakness. It is wisdom. This power also teaches patience. You may often feel like you see things before others do. You sense outcomes before they unfold. You recognize patterns quickly. But blue power does not rush revelation. God teaches you to wait, because timing is just as important as truth. Understand this deeply. God did not give you blue power so you could fight everyone. He gave it to you so you could stand firm while the world shakes. You are not here to convince everyone. You are here to remain aligned, steady, and obedient. Blue power is the authority of someone who knows when to speak and when to remain silent. It is the wisdom to walk away from arguments you could easily win. It is the discipline to remain calm when provoked. It is the strength to choose peace without surrendering truth. And here is something very important I need you to hear. Blue power grows stronger when you stop questioning it. Doubt weakens it. Comparison distorts it. But acceptance stabilizes it. The moment you stop asking why you are different and start honoring how God made you, things begin to flow. You are not meant to blend in. You are meant to bring order. You are not meant to react like everyone else. You are meant to respond with wisdom. And the more you align with God's voice, the clearer this power becomes. Chosen one, this is not fantasy. This is not ego. This is responsibility. And if this resonates deeply within you, it is because your spirit recognizes truth when it hears it. Your blue power is real. It is ancient. It is intentional. And it is activated by obedience, humility, and trust in God. Take a breath. Let that settle in your spirit. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. You are already marked, and they know it. Signs you carry the blue power without realizing it. Chosen one, many of you have been carrying this power for years without a name for it. You felt it. You lived it. But no one ever explained it to you, so you questioned yourself. You wondered why you felt different. You wondered why life felt heavier for you than for others. Let me bring clarity and peace to that confusion right now. One of the first signs of blue power is calm under pressure. When chaos erupts, something inside you slows down instead of speeding up. While others panic, you observe. While others react emotionally, you think clearly. This does not mean you don't feel fear or stress. It means fear does not control you. Your spirit naturally moves into order when disorder appears. That is not a learned skill. That is spiritual authority. Another sign is your deep emotional awareness. You sense shifts in people's moods before they speak. You feel tension in a room even when everyone is smiling. You know when something is off, even if there is no evidence yet. And most of the time, You later realize you were right. This is discernment. Blue power sharpens perception. It allows you to see beyond words and behaviors into intentions and truth. You may have noticed that you do not enjoy shallow conversations for long. Small talk drains you. Gossip bothers you. Pretending exhausts you. You crave meaning, depth, and honesty. This is because your spirit is wired for truth, not performance. You are not built to live on the surface. God designed you to go deeper, even when that depth feels lonely. Loneliness is another sign, and I want to speak gently here. Many chosen ones with blue power experience seasons of isolation, not because they are unlovable, not because they are difficult, but because their frequency does not match the noise of the world. You may have felt misunderstood, even by people close to you. You may have outgrown environments without knowing why. This is not rejection. This is elevation. You also tend to carry a sense of responsibility that others do not understand. You feel accountable even when no one is watching. You struggle with letting things slide when you know they are wrong. Your conscience is strong. You don't feel comfortable compromising truth for convenience. This is not rigidity. This is integrity. Blue power carries moral weight. Another clear sign is how people respond to you without explanation. Some are drawn to you immediately. They open up. They trust you. They share things they've never told anyone. Others feel uneasy, defensive, guarded. You didn't do anything to cause this. Your presence simply reveals what is already inside them. Blue power acts like a mirror, and not everyone likes what they see. You may also notice that you are often placed in leadership roles, even when you don't seek them. People look to you for guidance. They ask for your opinion. They wait for your approval. And sometimes this surprises you because you don't feel like you're doing anything special. But leadership is not about volume. It is about stability. And your spirit naturally stabilizes environments. Another sign is your relationship with silence. You are comfortable being alone with your thoughts. You don't always need noise to distract you. Silence does not scare you. In fact, it often restores you. This is because blue power grows in stillness. God speaks clearly to those who know how to be quiet. Let me talk about exhaustion for a moment, because many of you feel this deeply. You can be physically rested and still feel tired. This is not laziness. This is not weakness. This is spiritual fatigue. You carry emotional and spiritual weight, often for others as well as yourself. You absorb energy. You process deeply. And this requires rest on a soul level, not just sleep. You also have a strong internal compass. When something is not aligned with God, you feel it immediately. You may not always have words for it, but your spirit resists. And when you ignore that inner warning, things tend to go wrong. Over time, God teaches you to trust this inner guidance. This is blue power teaching you discernment. Many of you struggle with being patient with surface-level authority. You respect wisdom, not titles. You listen to those who carry truth, not just those who carry position. And this can sometimes put you at odds with systems built on ego rather than integrity. This does not make you rebellious. It makes you discerning. You may also notice that you are often the one people come to in crisis. When things fall apart, they call you. When emotions are high, they lean on you. When decisions must be made, they seek your input. This is because your presence brings calm. You are a stabilizer. God uses you as an anchor in storms. Another sign is your difficulty pretending to be someone you are not. You can try, but it never lasts. Eventually, your true self surfaces. You cannot live a double life comfortably. You cannot fake alignment. Blue power demands authenticity. And when you suppress it, your spirit feels heavy and restless. You also tend to question yourself more than others realize. Not because you are insecure, but because you are self-aware. You reflect deeply, you examine your motives, you seek growth. This humility keeps your power balanced. God protects blue power by keeping the heart teachable. Let me say something important here. Many chosen ones believe something is wrong with them because they don't fit in easily. That is a lie. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to bring clarity, calm, and order where there is confusion. And that role often feels uncomfortable before it feels purposeful. You may have noticed that when you speak truth, it lands heavily. Even simple words carry weight when you say them. This is because your words come from alignment, not impulse. Blue power sharpens communication. It teaches you to speak intentionally, not excessively. Another sign is your resistance to manipulation. You may not always call it out immediately, but you feel it. You sense when someone is trying to control, guilt, or deceive. And over time, you learn to set boundaries. This often upsets those who benefited from your silence, but it protects your spirit. Chosen one, none of these traits are accidents. They are not personality quirks. They are spiritual indicators. Blue power requires honest evaluation of relationships. Ask yourself this gently. Does this connection bring clarity or confusion, peace or pressure? Guard your inner dialogue. How you speak to yourself matters. Self-criticism erodes authority faster than external opposition. Replace harsh self-talk with truth. You are learning. You are growing. You are allowed to evolve. God is patient with you. Be patient with yourself. You also strengthen this power through gratitude. Gratitude grounds you in reality. It reminds you of how far you've come. It protects you from bitterness when progress feels slow. Even in waiting seasons, gratitude keeps your heart aligned. Learn to recognize when you are being tested and when you are being refined. Tests reveal what is already within you. Refinement shapes what is becoming. Do not panic when pressure increases. Ask God what He is teaching you. Blue power matures through awareness, not resistance. You may need to step away from certain environments without explanation. Not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Your spirit will tell you when something is no longer healthy. Trust that guidance. You do not need permission to protect your peace. Understand this clearly. Being calm does not mean being passive. There will be moments when God calls you to speak firmly. When that moment comes, you will feel clarity, not anxiety. Speak then. Authority flows when timing aligns. You are also allowed to enjoy life. Joy does not diminish seriousness. Laughter does not weaken spirituality. Rest, beauty, creativity, and connection restore your spirit. Blue power grows in balanced lives, not rigid ones. When doubt tries to creep in, return to remembrance. Remember the moments when your intuition was right. Remember the peace that followed obedience. Remember the strength that appeared when you trusted God. Your history with Him is evidence of His faithfulness. Finally, stop carrying the expectation of perfection. You are a vessel, not the source. God works through you, not because of you. This truth keeps your power humble and your heart free. Walking confidently in blue power means moving forward without rushing, standing firm without hardening, and trusting God without fear. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where refinement meets readiness. And as you continue walking this path with wisdom and trust, your blue power will not only protect you, it will quietly bless those God places in your path. The divine timing of this message in your life. Chosen one, I want you to understand something very important right now. This message did not reach you randomly. You did not stumble upon it by accident. Divine messages arrive when the soul is ready, not when the mind demands answers. And the fact that you are here, listening, feeling this resonate deep within you, tells me something clearly. You are standing at a threshold. There are seasons in life when God speaks softly, and seasons when He speaks with urgency. This is one of those moments where heaven leans in closer, not to rush you, not to pressure you, but to confirm you. Many of you have been sensing a shift, a restlessness that is not anxiety, a stillness that is not emptiness. Something has been changing within you, and you couldn't quite name it. This message is naming it. Divine timing rarely feels dramatic. Most of the time it feels quiet, precise, and deeply personal. It shows up as recognition rather than surprise. You hear something and think, this explains everything I've been feeling. That is how alignment speaks. Loud events impress the mind. Gentle truth settles the soul. Some of you have been questioning delays. You've wondered why certain doors have not opened yet, why progress feels slower than expected, why clarity seemed just out of reach. Let me reassure you, delay is not denial. Preparation often feels like waiting, but waiting is active when God is involved. While you thought nothing was happening, foundations were being strengthened. God does not rush those he entrusts with authority. Speed without stability creates collapse. That is why your journey may feel slower than others. You are not being held back. You are being anchored. Blue power requires a strong inner structure, and structure takes time. There is also something else at work here. Timing protects you from what you are not yet ready to carry. Recognition too early can distort humility. Responsibility too soon can overwhelm discernment. God releases things when character can support them. What you receive late often lasts longer. Many chosen ones struggle with comparison during these seasons. You look around and see others advancing, receiving opportunities, being celebrated. And quietly, doubt tries to whisper that you are falling behind. That voice is not truth. God's path is individual. What is aligned for someone else may not be aligned for you. Let me speak to the frustration you may feel when you know you carry something valuable, yet the world has not acknowledged it. Recognition is not validation. God's awareness outweighs human applause. When he decides to reveal what he has placed in you, it will not require forcing or proving. It will unfold naturally. Divine timing also exposes misplaced attachments. In waiting seasons, God reveals what you depend on more than him. Approval, certainty, control, comfort. These seasons are uncomfortable because they refine trust, and trust is essential for those carrying blue power. Some of you have been feeling called to let go of old versions of yourself. Habits, mindsets, roles, relationships. This can feel unsettling because the familiar feels safe even when it is limiting. But God does not remove without replacing. What you release creates space for what is coming. This message arrives now because your discernment has matured. A few years ago, you may not have understood it. You may have misused it or doubted it, but now your spirit is ready to receive without distortion. That is divine wisdom at work. You are also learning patience in a deeper way. Not passive patience, but grounded patience. The kind that trusts without needing constant reassurance. The kind that continues walking even when visibility is low. This patience stabilizes your power. It keeps you rooted when momentum increases later. There is a reason this message feels calming instead of overwhelming. True divine confirmation brings peace, not panic. It settles you, it reassures you, it reminds you that you are not lost. You are being guided. You may be standing between what was and what will be. That in-between space can feel uncomfortable. Identity shifts, old patterns dissolve, new clarity has not fully formed yet. But this space is holy. It is where transformation happens quietly. Let me tell you something from experience. God often speaks most clearly right before movement begins. Not always outward movement. Sometimes internal alignment comes first. Once the inner order is established, the outer follows naturally. If you've been feeling like you're on the edge of something but can't see it clearly yet, that's okay. Faith does not require full visibility. It requires trust in direction, and right now, direction is being confirmed. This message is not asking you to act impulsively. It is asking you to settle into who you already are, to stop questioning your difference, to stop apologizing for your calm, to stop doubting your discernment. Divine timing also brings closure. Some chapters are ending, whether you feel ready or not. This does not mean loss. It means transition. What carried you then cannot carry you now. And that is not failure. That is growth. Chosen one, take this moment as confirmation, not pressure, not expectation. Confirmation. You are aligned. You are protected. You are being guided with precision. Nothing is late. Nothing is missing. and nothing about your journey is accidental. God speaks when the heart is quiet enough to hear. And right now, your heart is listening. Let that bring peace. Conclusion. Step into your authority without fear. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this message, I want you to sit with one simple truth. Nothing you have experienced was meaningless. Every season of silence, every moment of confusion, every time you felt different or misunderstood was shaping you for alignment, not abandonment. Your blue power was never a burden meant to break you. It was a responsibility meant to mature you. You do not need to rush into anything after hearing this. You do not need to announce who you are. You do not need to prove your calling. Authority does not demand attention. It commands respect through consistency, humility, and obedience. Walk calmly, walk steadily, walk confidently, knowing God is with you. Remember this: your calm is strength, your restraint is wisdom, your discernment is protection, and your difference is divine design. You were never meant to move like the crowd. You were meant to remain steady when the crowd is shaken. There will still be moments of doubt. That does not disqualify you. There will still be challenges. That does not weaken you. What matters is that you return to alignment every time. God is not asking you to be fearless. He is asking you to trust Him even when fear whispers. Rest when you need to. Pray when you feel unsure. Be silent when wisdom calls for it. Speak when God leads. You are not alone in this walk. Heaven is invested in your obedience, not your perfection. Chosen one, if this message resonated with your spirit, receive it as confirmation. You are exactly where you need to be, and what God has placed within you will unfold in His timing, with His protection. Before you go, give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon, and share this message with other chosen ones who need this clarity and peace. And comment 777 in the comments as a declaration that you are aligned, grounded, and walking confidently in the purpose God has given you. Walk in peace. Your blue power is real, and God goes before you.